Hello, my name is Dr. Mark Kavanaugh, and I am your instructor this semester in psychology seminar. I'm also your advisor, and I'm the chair of the department, and I run the program, and I wrote all the content and all that stuff. Anyway, a pleasure to meet you on this first week of fall 2024. Welcome to the psychology program. And my plan, although that plan didn't quite work out this week, is to get these videos out to you. I do them in every one of my online classes. Get this video out to you to explain what to expect for the coming week each Monday morning. As it turns out, I was in New Jersey for the whole weekend, played 3 gigs in a row, came back, and just wasn't able to get to it yesterday. So here I am posting this on Tuesday. My apologies. I will make best effort to make sure these things are on by the end of day on Monday. And it's okay to look ahead into these classes, any one of the social sciences classes, to look ahead, see what's coming up. But make sure you listen to these videos each week because I give you ideas and advice on how to approach the week and what my expectations are. Any changes, unlikely, but nonetheless, I might notice something went wrong in, the course book or something like that. It's very important to start your week off on Monday sometime when these videos appear in order to watch the whole video. So I'm going to start off with this is sort of our first class and introduce you to the class and what it is I'm expecting of you in this first week. So let's take a look at Brightspace. Clearly you are in this. This is where you're looking at this video, and what you see is the interface, the start page when you go into this course, and see the announcements on the left-hand side. Now, I use the announcement tool very, very frequently. I use it to tell you when something is graded. I use it to respond. Let's say I get a question, but it has relevance to the whole class. I'll post it in there. Any changes to the class, everything. Make sure you come in there just about every day. Just make it a habit to go into your classes, check to see if there's any important announcements that are going on. If it's an announcement, it's probably important. Let's just assume that. But I'm using this as a primary teaching tool, communication tool to tell you what's going on in the class. So check that all the time. So you'll see here that there's a number of links across the top, and even though you can click on assignments and you can go directly to assignments and discussions and quizzes, this is not the best way to navigate this particular class. Better just to go to content. We'll click on content, and you'll see that there's a bunch of links over here. The main ones you want to be concerned about is the overview and syllabus, and then once you're done there, you pretty much will just be going to the timeline. So let's look at the overview and syllabus. Here we have information about the course, a little video about navigating the course, and then right here are links to the course book. Now, in all of my courses, I've created documents that you can download or purchase that contain all the content. Sometimes when you look at other online classes, you have to go online and you have to read stuff and look at stuff. You can download this, and you download this PDF, buy the ebook from Apple, or buy the print version from Amazon or the bookstore, and you have that content with you. You get to keep all the content of the class, and that's the document that has all of the lectures and links to stuff and all that are then. You then go into Brightspace pretty much only to participate in discussions, to take the quizzes, which you've already prepared for, and to upload your assignments, which you have already done offline. So an important first step is to get a hold of this particular course book for this class. You will also need 2 other books. One is the American Psychological Association's Concise Guide to APA Style. You will be using that throughout your college career. And this Steven Pinker's book, Enlightenment Now, A Case for Reason, Science, Humanism, and Progress, that is part of our special assignment shared reading thing that we have going on. So then we have a little bit of information about me, the email, then support services here at KV, and then the instructional hierarchy. This is a component that's in all of the social sciences classes, just so you know where to go if there's issues in the class. I mean, I'm the teacher and the chair, so you can come to me directly. I'm very open to questions and whatnot. My boss is Dean Engelhardt, and so if there's an issue with me, you can go to her, or if you can't find me, then go to her. And then down from that, we have a copy of the syllabus. Now you can download this, download that, print that out, and it kind of gives you a summary as to what to expect in the course. All right. At that point, the only thing left is the course timeline. Click on that. Read through all this material. So you some links here to special discussion boards that we have in order to ask questions to each other. And then each week is outlined in terms of what we're going to be doing. And these blue links right here are what you click on in order to access the discussion quizzes and assignments. So the discussions are bulletin boards that I have in the course book, and also in here it replicates. There's a prompt, and I ask you to think about something or come up with examples of, or something, an interactive dialogue, to engage in an interactive dialogue about a topic, and you then post your thoughts addressing that prompt, and I ask you for full credit to read other people's responses, but evidence that by replying to at least 2 other people. The more you participate in the discussion with additional information, additional main prompts, questions to others, commenting on others, the more you're going to get out of it. But the minimal expectation is 1 principal post by you addressing the prompt and 2 reply posts for each discussion board. If there's more than 1 discussion in a week, you have to do those 3 postings for each one. So make sure you get that. The quizzes contain questions, largely, almost exclusively, essay questions. The questions are listed in the course book. So if you look up in the course book under Chapter 1, toward the end, in a section called Assessments, we're going to look at the course book in just a little bit, you'll see the questions for the quiz. You don't have to go into Brightspace to get those questions. They're in the course book. The same applies to the assignments. The assignments are described in the course book along with a grading rubric telling you exactly what I'm looking for. The only time you're going to be heading into the timeline here is first to get a feel for what's going on in the coming weeks, and then you click on these links when you're ready to submit your work or participate in the discussions. So that said, let's take a look at the course book itself. The course book is a digital book that I've made available as a PDF, and I've made it available as an ebook that you can purchase through Apple Books if you have an Apple device. And there are print versions of this that are available through Amazon and through our online virtual store, I hope. I submitted them to the virtual store, but I have yet to know whether they're actually there or not. Now, this digital book has a lot of front material. They all have the same front material that introduce you to the notion of a course book. It has an index here, and regardless of the version that you have, if you have a PDF version, or if you have if you downloaded the PDF, or you are using the iBooks or Apple Books version, these links work. There are links to articles, and links to movies. Now, in the Apple Books version, we got a little Harry Potter-ish thing going on. When you have this book open up on your Apple device in iBooks, you actually can play the movies right in the book. Rather than linking to the YouTube site or whatever, it plays right in the book. With the exception of TED videos, which don't embed in the books. I wish they did, but if it's a TED video, usually you have to go to TED Talks themselves. But nonetheless, you navigate through the book and the digital versions here. In the print version, you have to turn the pages. If you touch any links on the print version, they won't do anything. However, for every link that's in there, every article, every movie, every whatever that I want you to look at, there is a QR code. That QR code is one of those little boxes that has black lines and dots all over it. You scan that with your phone camera, and it brings you to that resource on your device. So even if you have a print version of the course book, you can still access all the digital resources online. Smart thinking there. Okay, back to the course book here. We make our way through. These are the resources that are available in the course book. There's also a section that aligns all of the outcomes of the assignments in this class, the American Psychological Association Expectations for Learning in Undergraduate Psychology. See where the assignments align in there. The same with value rubrics here, all part of the assessment. We'll be discussing this as part of one of the assignments in this class. Then we look at Psych Seminar. I can show you update to this particular edition, and then a little bit about me, and then we start on Chapter 1. So the organization of each chapter is based on an instructional model that I developed called ALOTA. And what that acronym stands for, ALOTA, is Attention, Learning Outcomes, Teaching, and Assessment. So each chapter has a section called Attention, a section called Learning Outcomes, a teaching section, and then finally a description of the assessments, what I'm asking you to do to demonstrate your learning in that particular chapter. So Chapter 1 starts off with an attention, where I looked at expectations, student, instructor expectations, particularly in online learning. All this stuff about advice, about being successful in school. And I'm hoping that you read through this, and the idea of the attention section is to get your attention. It's an instructional tool to say, get ready, this is where we're going. Sometimes I'll take past information and remind you of it as we move forward to advance or modify your understanding of ideas. Sometimes I'll post a cartoon that's relevant. Sometimes I'll post randomness, random sort of related issues, an article or ideas or whatever, something maybe off on the edge. Either way, something a little fun, maybe a little entertaining, maybe kind of get your gears moving in terms of what we're going to be doing in that particular chapter. The next section we see identifies the things that I'm going to expect you to learn from this chapter. Every chapter has this. These outcomes align with the assessments at the end. For the most part, the things that we talk about in the learning outcomes are going to be reflected in discussions, quizzes, and assignments at the end of the chapter. Now, in between the learning outcomes and the assessments is the course material. And that is what I refer to as the teaching section. So in this section, it's the longest section of each chapter. I go through all the things that I want you to know. Introduce you to Brightspace, talk about learning pathways each week, and then we get to the assessment section in this particular book. Now we'll see in the assessment section that for this particular assignment, you have a discussion, a quiz, and an assignment. And this week, they're pretty straightforward. The discussion, of which many of you are already involved in this because I'm late in getting this out there, but the This is where you look through the material and tell me what you're excited about. What are you most looking forward to? The quiz simply asks you, the first question is, how did you access your course book? I'm interested to see how many people use the PDF, how many people get the Apple Books version, and how many people bought or are planning to buy the print version. So I'm just interested in that. And the second question relates to maybe a little bit kind of a prequel to your time management plan. As you're looking through this book, at the beginning of every course, kind of like look at the map, look at the timeline, identify areas where you may have time management challenges, and just write a short paragraph about how you intend on keeping up on this class. What's your plan in terms of dedicating time to this class? Finally, there's an assignment, and the assignment is extremely easy. This is simply, in this case, in Chapter 1, it's the opportunity for you to learn how to upload a document to Brightspace if you haven't done that before. So KVCC gives you a free version of Office 365, so you'll be using Microsoft Word. That's the preferred method of creating files. I will indicate other tools if they need be. You write out your document. You save it as a PDF. You can upload the Word file. That's fine. But if you save it as a PDF, it's better at preserving the formatting of your original paper. So for all the assignments, unless otherwise indicated, you'll take the Word file, export it as a PDF, and send me the PDF version. There are some naming conventions that I'm asking you to get used to for the duration of your time here at KVCC on how you name your files. So the files are named with your last name, first initial, a dash, the course, PSY102 or whatever, dash, and then the name of the assignment, Chapter 1 assignment. No spaces, anything .doc or .docx. Then you're going to change that to PDF, and then you upload that. Now, all the documents that you submit are tagged to your name. So I don't really need your name on the file, but it's good practice. For some of the assignments in this program, I have to download the original files. When it's an Excel document or a PowerPoint or a Keynote with audio attached to it, these are the skills you will learn in your classes. I have to actually download the files, and I store them on my computer, and having that naming convention assists me in making sure I have the right file for the right person. So for this week, you have that discussion, a quiz, and an assignment. And that's about it. Keep in mind that there are discussion boards. If you go to that part in Brightspace where it says assignments, and might say assessments, assignments, go to discussions, you're going to see a section of the discussions that's the ungraded section. It's an area to ask questions and to seek support. And there's also class lounge where I'm asking you to introduce yourself on the first class. So go there when there's questions. Oftentimes when people post a question in the discussion boards in the section for questions, for class questions, it's up for anybody to answer that question. Now, mind you, some of the best answers come from your fellow students, and I don't have to do a thing. If I monitor those and if things are going a little off direction, I will jump in and add some corrective guidance to that. But this is an opportunity to connect with each other, even though you're in an online class, create a sense of a learning community that we really do have here. The discussion boards are very important in terms of doing that. If you have any questions about anything in this course, post them in there and or email me. The email address is in the course as well. We have the faculty now have a new email address, and that will be coming to you soon as well. So rather than kvcc.me.edu, my address is now mcavanaugh@maincc, maincommunitycollege.edu. The whole system is switching over. You'll be hearing more news about that later in the semester. So this is week 1. I look forward to interacting with many of you. I already have, as I'm posting this on Tuesday. Look forward to a good week, a good start, a strong start, and the opportunity to introduce you to the wonderful, amazing, bewildering world of psychology. So, take care and have a great week.